ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। नमः विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशकालिने। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्यनामिने गौरतिसे नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा. So we welcome everyone for today's discussion on Srimad Bhagavad Gita. So we are discussing from second chapter and verse number second. So in the first chapter, which was spoken by Sanjay addressing the Dhritarashtra, Sanjay said, "Tam tatha kripyavistam ashrupunna kulekshana visidantam idam vakyam uvacha Madhusudana." When Arjuna finally decided not to fight, gave sufficient reason according to his intelligence, capabilities, knowledge, based on his knowledge, intelligence, and but still he was not fully satisfied. Still he was lamenting, he was crying. So seeing Arjuna's face filled with lamentation, shok, vishidantam, his eyes full of tears, Lord Madhusudan spoke like this. Madhusudan means Krishna. Krishna started speaking. So this is the very first verse. This is the first verse spoken by Lord Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita. Before this verse, Krishna didn't speak even a single word. Till now, 47 verses we discussed from Bhagavad Gita, out of which most of the verses were spoken by Arjuna and few by Sanjay and one verse by Dhritarashtra. So this is the first verse from Lord Shri Krishna. So Ved Vyas is writing Sri Bhagavan Vacha. Sri Bhagavan Vacha Kutastva Kasmalamidam Visame Samupasthitam Anarjustam Asvargyam Akirti Karam Arjuna. The Supreme Personality of God had said, "My dear Arjuna, how have these impurities come upon you? They are not at all befitting a man who knows the value of life. They lead not to higher planets but to infamy." So Lord Krishna says, Kutastva kasmalamidam. From where have these impurities come upon you, my dear Arjuna? Krishna, Arjuna gave such a wonderful reasons why he should not fight. He gave wonderful reasons according to his calculation. And especially the last reason was very powerful. Because Arjuna told, if we fight, all the elderly people will be killed and the womanhood will get polluted. And only one Sankar, unwanted population will flood the world. Many millions and millions of people will be engaged in sinful activity, and for this reason they will all go to hell eternally and will become the cause of creating such a disturbances in society. So why should we fight? And Krishna, instead of acknowledging these reasons, Krishna immediately told impurities. What kind of impurities you are talking, Arjuna? Kutastva, where from you got these impurities within your heart? So we'll discuss about this. But Srila Vyasadeva, one interesting point is when Sanjay speaks, Ved Vyas is writing Sanjay Uvacha. When Arjuna speaks, he writes Arjuna Uvacha. When Dhritarashtra spoke, she writes Dhritarashtra Uvacha. But when Krishna is speaking, so she is not writing Krishna Uvacha. He is writing Sri Bhagavan Uvacha. Why is it so? Yes, can anybody tell? What is the reason why Ved Vyasji, when he is writing, instead of writing Sri Krishna Uvacha, he is writing Sri Bhagavan Uvacha? What is the reason? Krishna is speaking in the Bhagavad Gita, he is writing Sri Bhagavan. And Arjuna is speaking, he is writing Arjuna Vacha, Dhritarashtra Vacha, Sanjay Vacha. Why not Krishna Vacha? Yes, can anybody tell?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, can you please repeat the question?
Question is, when the Bhagavad Gita, when Dhritarashtra speaks, so Ved Vyasji is writing Dhritarashtra Vacha. When Sanjay speaks, he writes Sanjay Vacha, Arjuna Vacha. But when Krishna speaks, he writes Sri Bhagavan Vacha. Why not Krishna Vacha? Reason is because Krishna is the Supreme Personality of God. So Krishna is not just an ordinary personality. He is the Supreme Personality of God. He is Param Bhagavan. That is the specific importance Srila Ved Vyasji is giving here. They don't think of Krishna as an ordinary person or extraordinary person. He is Supreme Personality of God. He is Param Bhagavan. And that means, uh, and this is one thing, one important thing, that Ved Vyasji is writing. So he wants to um, establish this fact that Krishna is Param Bhagavan, Param, Supreme Personality of Godhead. And he wants us to, first of all, accept that Bhagavad Gita has been spoken by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Krishna, Sri Bhagavan. So there cannot be any mistake in Bhagavad. So even if you are able to accept or do not, if you are not able to accept, still this is a fact. Because many people, they read Bhagavad Gita and they say, oh, Krishna is speaking too much. He is demanding too much. We cannot accept it. So what is your value? What is your value to accept or reject Krishna's words? That is why Vedvas is writing. Shri Bhagavan Vacha, whether you like or dislike, whether you accept or do not accept, these are facts. Just like when it is said that Prime Minister spoke like this, Prime Minister Narendra Modi spoke like this. It is a different thing. And when somebody says Narendra Modi spoke like this, so it is a different. But when it is said Prime Minister spoke like this, that means there cannot be any objection. Nobody can object. That is the final decision. Supreme authority. Similarly, supreme authority, the highest, greatest authority in the entire creation is Sri Bhagavan, Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Krishna. So nobody can object what he is saying. Whatever he is saying, that has to be accepted. This is second important. And third important thing is that now whatever will be spoken, that will be universally applicable, and that is absolute truth. There cannot be any mistake, any illusion, any imperfections, because Krishna is the Supreme Personality of God. Any human being, when they manufacture any kind of knowledge, when they speak something, so there may be some kind of imperfections, impurities, incompleteness, uh, mistakes, illusion. But when the supreme authority, greatest authority, Sri Bhagavan, Supreme Personality of Godhead speaks, then there cannot be any illusion. There cannot be any illusion. There cannot be any mistakes. There cannot be any imperfections, incompleteness. That is the specific importance Ved Vyasi wants to give. That now whatever Krishna will speak, that is perfect. Absolute knowledge, absolute truth. This is the third important thing. And fourth important thing is that Krishna being the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So now this is the opinion of the greatest authority. So yeah, that is third again, same thing. So it cannot be objected, and one has to accept the truth, whatever he is speaking. So that is the specific meaning. One cannot argue. That means there cannot be any argument this regards. One has to accept. कोई बोलेगा ये दादागिरी है क्या? यस, दादागिरी. दादागिरी नहीं है, पर दादागिरी. Because Krishna is a master of all masters. He is a Brahma. Lord Brahma is known as Pitamaha, but Krishna is known as Par Pitamaha. He is a master of all the fathers, Prajapatis, is सबका बाप बोल सकते हैं. We were distributing books. One small boy came and he was asking, आपके पास छत्रपति का किताब है क्या? I said, छत्रपति के बाप का है, ये ले जाओ. तो बोला कि कौन है छत्रपति का बाप? मैं बोला जो सबका बाप है, सारे छत्रपतियों का बाप. कौन? कृष्ण. कृष्ण इज द फादर ऑफ ऑल द छत्रपति. छत्रपति मीन्स ग्रेट किंग. जो महान बड़े बड़े राजा होते हैं, they are known as Chhatrapati, just like Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. So he was asking for a book of Shivaji Maharaj, Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. So Shivaji Maharaj, he was a great devotee of Krishna. So I said, छत्रपति के बाप का किताब है, इनका ले जाओ, आपको छत्रपति की सारी कृपा मिल जाएगी, उनके छत्र छाया में आप आ जाओगे. तो Krishna, that is the specific meaning of this usage, Sri Bhagavan Vacha, that whatever he is saying, it cannot be objected, there can be cannot be any argument in this regard. So Sri Bhagavan. So whenever Krishna will speak in the Bhagavad Gita, he will be addressed as Sri Bhagavan Vacha. So Krishna, as soon as he heard Arjuna's lamentation and seeing his moroseness, his and his lamentation, Krishna is immediately saying, and after hearing his reasons, Krishna did not at all approve. He did not approve the reasons given by Arjuna why he should not fight. Although all the reasons were morally very perfect and logical and reasonable, anybody in this material world, any good person will accept, wow, Krishna, Arjuna wanted. And in the eyes of the most moralist people in this world, those who are moralists, they will say Arjuna is such a nice person. He doesn't want to fight. He wants to give up all his kingdom, so everything for the sake of saving others, millions of people. But just see, Krishna induced Arjuna to fight, and there are many foolish persons in this world who say like this. Why Krishna induced Arjuna to fight? Arjuna was such a nice person, good person. He did not want to fight, but Krishna induced him. हाँ, कृष्णा सब काम बिगाड़ते हैं, ऐसा हम लोग कुछ लोग ऐसा सोचते हैं. What to speak of ordinary people? After the battle of Kurukshetra, there was one great rishi also. There was one rishi. I am forgetting the name. So he also asked this question to Krishna. He knew Krishna is Supreme Personality of God. He asked Krishna, Krishna, you are Bhagwan, you are Supreme Personality of Godhead. So you knew everything. And if you have desired, you could have easily stopped this battlefield to happen. So, but why you did not stop this battlefield to happen? Just see, so many millions of people have died. Why you did not stop? So in this way, he was a kind of blaming Krishna. That Krishna, if you wanted, you could have stopped it, but you did not. So you did a great mistake. He was trying in a sense. So Krishna very lovingly, because Krishna is very affectionate. After all, he is a great rishi. So he was engaged in performing austerities for Lord Narayana. So Krishna being very merciful, he revealed the reasons why he did not stop the battle, why he forced Pandavas to fight this battle, why he wanted that all those soldiers be killed. So when he revealed, not just by speaking, Krishna showed him, just like Krishna showed the Virat Roop to Arjuna. Similarly, Krishna showed to that rishi such a wonderful form, from which that rishi came to understanding that, whoa, the Krishna, whatever Krishna did, that is perfect. There is no objection at all. So he became very ashamed, and he started asking, he was repenting, he started repenting, and he started crying, catching hold of Krishna's lotus feet. He was asking forgiveness. Krishna said, no, no, don't worry. Never mind. You are nice, nice Rishi. So that's why nobody can object. Whatever Krishna does, that is absolute truth. That is perfect. That is completely free from all kinds of sins. There cannot be any sin in the activities performed by the Supreme Lord. So here Krishna says, Kutastvakasmalamidam. From where all these impurities have arisen in your heart, Arjuna, Visame samupasthitam. Visame means in this hour of crisis. Samupasthitam. Samyak rupena upasthitam. What kind of impurities you have gathered within your heart. Anarya justam. Anarya means anadi, persons who do not know the value of life. So anarya justam, this kind of uh, thing, this kind of mentality which you have acquired, this is all impurities, kashmalam. Kashmalam means dirtiness. This kashmalam, dirtiness, is a dirty mentality, is practiced by anarya. Anarya means persons who do not know the value of life, who are ignorant of the importance of human form of life. Or in other words, Krishna wants to say, only those whose mentality is like animal, they only speak like this. You are unnecessary feeling so much attachment, and because of which you are trying to avoid the most important duty which should be performed, which must be performed. So this is not at all good. Anarya justam. And aswargam, this will not lead you to higher planets. You will not get higher planets. You are speaking, you are saying that you will get the sin. No, no, Arjuna. If you don't fight, then you will get the sin. If you fight, then you will get the swarga, punya. If you don't fight, then you will not get the swarga. You will get hell. Akirti, Karam Arjuna. So in the next life also, instead of getting the higher planets, you will get lower planets. And in this life also, you will get akirti, infamy. Your name will be spoiled. Not only your name, but the name of your entire dynasty will be spoiled. सब नाम मिट्टी में मिला दोगे अर्जुन. What kind of impurities you are cultivating within your heart? This is impurity. So what is impurity? To maintain excessive attachment for material relationships. That is impurity. So in this world, the so-called love with husband, wife, children, girlfriend, boyfriend, parents, society, nation, humanity, Indian nationality, and even Hindu, Muslim. This is also so-called love. So this is all not accepted by the Supreme Lord. According to the version of Krishna, according to his opinion, this is all kalmasha, kalmasham, impurity. This is all dirt. ये सब गंदगी है. Anyone who maintains any kind of attachment in this world, any kind of attachment, that is only dirt. Some dirt may be, just like Srila Prabhupada says, what is the difference between a wet stool and dry stool? A stool is a stool, whether it is wet stool or dry stool. It is dirt only, mal. Mal है ना, mal, गंदगी है. It is dirt only. Similarly, गर्लफ्रेंड बॉयफ्रेंड अटैचमेंट, हाँ प्रभु जी समझ में आता है, कश्मलम, दिस इज डर्ट, गंदा. एंड व्हाट अबाउट अदर अटैचमेंट? दैट इज आल्सो डर्ट. One is dry dirt and another is wet dirt. Dry stool, wet stool. So not at all approved by the Supreme Lord. But unfortunately, who cares to the words of this? There are so many foolish people. They read Bhagavad Gita and they speak all nonsense. That समाज सेवा करना चाहिए, ये करना चाहिए, वो करना चाहिए. कृष्ण का सेवा कौन करेगा? हाँ. They speak Bhagavad Gita, they write commentary on Bhagavad Gita. Not even a single time they stress on this fact that one should dedicate one's life for the service of Krishna. One should accept Krishna as one's real sojan. Krishna is our real well-wishing friend. Krishna is our real master. Krishna is our real father, mother, bandhu, sakha. This should be explained, this should be revealed. But instead of revealing all these facts, they speak all nonsense and hotchpotch. And in this way, the entire world is misled. In the name of religion, in the name of Bhagavad Gita, they speak all nonsense. But a true Vaishnava, genuine Vaishnava, he follows in the footsteps of the Supreme Lord Krishna. Krishna did not approve Arjuna's excessive attachment. for his relatives, uh, he did not approve of it. He immediately said, "This is mud, dirt." So, what kind of dirt? Dirt, just like dirt, when one goes out and passes from some dirty place. So, once the dress clothes become dirty, the similar and dirt is over cloth. Similarly, this dirt of material attachment, that is the dirt on the spirit soul. It is not at all befitting. Next verse you will see. Anarya justam. Anarya justam means actually one who knows the value of life, one who knows the importance of human form of life. For him, this actually does not at all befit. Anarya justam. This is not at all good for a person. Anarya justam means persons who do not know the value of life. This is practiced by those people who are ignorant of value of life, those who are not learned, and those who have no knowledge, who are living in ignorance, darkness, who are just mad after petty sense gratification. So in this way, by those people only, these kind of things are practiced. But Arjuna, you are Aryan. Aryan means you are elevated. You do not belong to the lower class of people, lower caste. Your caste is high. You are a Kshatriya. Brahmanas and Kshatriyas are known as Aryan. Aryan. And Shudra and less than Shudra, they are Anaryan. Anaryan. So Arjuna, Krishna is saying, Arjuna, you belong to a royal Kshatriya dynasty, not just an ordinary Kshatriya dynasty. Arjuna belonged to a royal Kshatriya dynasty. Bharata, son of Bharat Maharaj, on whose name the entire earth was named as Bharatvarsh. Such a great king, such a great dynasty you belong, such an Aryan you are. But how can you be such an Aryan? Anaryan means Anari, who does not know the value of life. So Krishna is surprised also, and Krishna is giving his version. Uh, in very first verse, no compromise. It's not that Krishna tried to pacify Arjuna, sat beside him and putting his hand over the shoulder of Arjuna. My dear Arjuna, be patient, be pacified, don't cry. After all, everyone has to die one day. So you just execute your duty. No, not like this. This material motivational speakers may speak like this, but Krishna is not just motivational speaker. He is absolute truth speaker, devotional speaker, absolute truth speaker. He is absolute truth himself. So he wants to do good for Arjuna, not just maskani lagana chahte. He's not a friend just to impress his friend so that he remain my friend and I can take undue advantage of being his friend. So Krishna is not like that. He wants to do real welfare activity for Arjuna. That's why, in a straightforward manner, the very first verse, as soon as he started speaking the very first verse, the very first line, he immediately said, Kutas twa, from where? From where? Where from? Twa. Kasmalam idam, from where you have acquired this dirt, because of which you are lamenting. Idam, lamentation. Vishame samupastitam. In this hour of crisis, such an important time it is. You are supposed to fight here for the purpose of establishing dharma. Such an important time you have acquired such a mal. Similarly, those who have taken this human form of life now, this is Visame Samupastitam. Important, this is in this hour of crisis. Human birth is very important. Now, one can utilize it in a perfect manner and promote himself to the spiritual kingdom, spiritual world, and free oneself from completely from the clutches of material existence. So, in this hour of crisis, if we also maintain such petty attachment for material things, material object, material people, material sense gratification, then that is not at all good. Anarejustam, kutasva kasmalamidam, kusame samupasthitam, anarejustam aswargam. This will not help us to promote ourselves Akirtikaram Arjuna. This is a defamation for a human being, for a living entity, for a spirit soul who has acquired the human form of life to maintain excessive attachment for material things, material people. This is akirti. This is a blasphemy. This is a blame. This is infamy for a living. And this is as good as animal. Animal, a cat and dog, cat, dogs, and animals, they may maintain material attachment for sense gratification for their relatives, friends. But if a human being, he also maintains the same kind of attachment. This is akir. This is this human beings infamy. So it should not have occurred. Krishna is surprised. How come Arjuna you develop such an impurity? So Krishna and the Supreme Personality of Godhead are identical. So I think we'll have such a great, wow, big purport. So we'll read the purport tomorrow and discuss more about it. Okay, so thank you very much. If there are any questions, you can ask. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram.